Hi guys, this is Shivareddy. Welcome to the session on Java synchronization. In this session, we are going to look at what is meant by Java synchronization, and also if we don't implement the synchronization in Java multithreading, what are the problems it is going to happen, and what are the advantages and disadvantages of it. So Java synchronization is a mechanism in order to control the access of multiple threads which are trying to access the common shared resources. That means, and we are talking about the multi-threading. So when multiple threads are trying to access the common shared resources, then there is a problem of conflicting with each other. So if you don't implement the synchronization, there are two problems it will arise. One is thread interference, and sorry, it is thread interference, and second one is going to be the memory inconsistency. So these are the two problems it is going to arise. So now I am going to explain the thread concept using a diagrammatic representation so that it is easy to understand. Now let us consider a process. Process is a heavyweight because whenever you create a new process, it is going to create a separate memory location, and also it needs to create an registries, and also whenever a context switch between one process to another process happens, then it needs to save the current state of in a thread, and then current state of in a process, and then it is switched to the new process. But in the case of thread, so what happens is within the single process there are multiple threads it is trying to create, and also these threads are trying to access the common shared location. So what happens is in this scenario we have a three threads: thread 1, thread 2, thread 3. Now thread 1 is trying to read in one variable. In the meantime, thread 2 is trying to update the same variable, and thread 3 also trying to update the same variable value. Then what happens is there is a inconsistency happens for the data. And also when one thread is trying to update some value and another thread, if any priorities comes, then the thread 2 is going to be interfere the thread 1. So these are the two problems which arises while we are working with the Java multi-threading. So now I am going to explain the same concept using an programmatically so that it is easy to understand. So I opened my Eclipse. I created in one class called as a test bank account. In this we have a in this what we have is bank account is a one class. In this class I have a shared variable, that is the balance. So this is going to be the shared variable for the multiple threads we are trying to create it. So I go to the main method where I have written the logic is bank account. In this bank account I am passing the initial amount of 1000, and then we have a withdrawal amount which is going to implement the runnable interface. And in this we have written the in this we have two member variables, that is bank account and in amount. And I have a constructor which is initialized to account is it is to null and amount is 0. And we have one more constructor with the bank account as a one parameter and in amount as a in parameter. So two parameters constructor is one there. And we have override the run method. In this override the run method, what we have done is for a loop I equal to 0, I less than 20, I plus plus, and we are waiting for a thread dot sleep for the 200 milliseconds. And then what we are doing here is account dot withdraw amount. So account dot withdraw amount is nothing but amount is the one which we are passing from the main method, that is 10 rupees, 10 value as a 10, and bank account initialized with the 1000 rupees. Now what happens is each time this method is going to execute, each time this for loop is going to execute, this withdrawal method is going to detect the 10 value from the 1000 each time. Okay, so if we see the withdrawal, it is simple. Balance is equal to balance minus w. W is nothing but the amount whatever we are passing. So this is the simple program. Now what happens is I have created a two threads, thread 1 and thread 2. These two are trying to parallelly trying to withdraw the amount from the bank account. In this bank we have the balance. So now what happens is if we don't implement the synchronization concept here, we are trying to see that more than one thread at a time it is trying to access the um, uh, common resource value, that is the balance, and we can see the inconsistency results. So now I am trying to run this program, and we can analyze the output of it. Now if I see this output, you can see that um, first it is 1,000 because one time it may not happen. So let me try to run couple of times so that at one point of time it is going to return the inconsistency results. Because in this case it is giving the serial because 1000, 990, 980, so it is coming as a serial only. But let me try to run couple of times to show that output. Nine ninety. Now let me run once again. So if you see the output of this program, here you can see here. So first what happens is balance before T2 withdrawal happen, and then after withdrawal it is 990. But if you see the balance before T1 withdrawal, it is 1000. So now what happens is parallelly two threads are trying to commit the same time. So before actually withdrawal happen, and already the thread T1 is already read the value. But ideally what happens once this withdrawal happens with the T2, for the T1 it should get the value of 990 instead of 1000. But if you see here, it is still giving the 1000. So that means what happens is if we don't implement the synchronization here, there is always two chances. One is one thread can interfere the another thread execution if there is any priority we are going to set, and second one is the memory inconsistency happens because it is always not, may not be going to read the correct value from the shared location as some other thread is trying to update the at that point of time. So these are the basically two issues if we don't implement the Java synchronization. Hence, by using the synchronization, we are going to restrict the access of multiple thread trying to access the common shared resources by allowing only one thread at a time. So in order to implement the Java synchronization, synchronization can be applied at the in Java three levels. One is sync synchronized block, and similarly you can apply at the method level. Synchronized can be applied at the method level, and third one is at the class. Synchronized can be applied at the class level, or also we can call as a static synchronization. So this we call as a class. So in the next session we are going to see how we can implement synchronization to the Java multi-threading to restrict multiple threads trying to access common shared resources by allowing only one thread at a time. So the main advantage of the synchronization is to maintain the consistency between the memory consistency, and it will stop the interfering the thread with one thread with another. And also here one more concept we call as a lock or the monitor, we will say. Whenever we are working with the Java synchronization, this is the fundamental concept behind it. Monitor will be there. That means whenever you want to access any resources, that means shared resources, the thread has to acquire the lock on it. Once it acquires a lock, then no other thread cannot enter into the session. That is called as a monitoring session, or the session we will call as. Once this acquire lock happens, it is going to perform the task, and then it is going to release the lock. Once this release happens, then the second thread will coming into the again have to come take the lock and process the task, and then it is again going to release the lock. So using this concept, the Java synchronization will make sure that only one thread at a time it can access the shared resources. We are going to see how we can implement the above synchronization different ways in the next session. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please comment on my YouTube video, and also please do subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to get more technical updates.